Now,
It got
someone
me
who
on
hasn't
board.
stopped in lockdown, whether that was through 2020 or into 2021, was a lady called Michelle O'Dwyer. She runs a great CIC called Baytree Catering. We're going to find out about that. We're going to get you some tips on how to create some healthy meals and maybe save some money and stuff at home. But first, I want to hear about the good deeds that you've been doing, Michelle O'Dwyer. Food banks, you've supported so many. You've been doing kind of deliveries of food across the city, haven't you, over the past few months?
But yeah, so the lockdown came, shock to all of us, and I was quite ill. I was ill in the beginning, and they didn't know it was COVID at the time, but obviously it was. And it just gave me time to reflect on what was needed. I was looking out there. Joseph Lappin Centre contacted me in Old Swan, a fantastic community centre. I do work with lots of community centres who are amazing. And then we started to do the hampers, which went out. They were delivered throughout the community until about end of July. We were doing people on their own, suffering with social isolation, people who've been made redundant, because a lot of the time it was all a bit up in the air and some people were laid off, and they were waiting for the benefits to come. So sometimes it was just making sure that people just got a little bit of interim support until they got back on the feet. And what was lovely is that people were ringing us to say, thank you so much, we're all right now, but give it to somebody else. So that's what I did. So that was working with the Joseph Lappin Centre. We got funding from the Steve Morgan Foundation and the local councillors of Old Swan. So thank you to everybody there. That's what I did initially. And then I got funding to do recipe kits.
Listen, tell me about Baytree Catering, because this is something that you've been doing for a while. Tell us what it is first off.
So I've got a catering business. So that's been going for years. I'm a trained chef. And I've had the privilege of working like sort of all over the UK, abroad, and all of that sort of stuff. So I'm a fully qualified chef and absolutely love food. I am the biggest foodie. And then I was lucky enough to get qualified as a cookery teacher as well. And didn't do anything with it. And then Adult Education contacted me about 2017 and asked me to start running cookery classes. I've just finished teaching today. We've been doing Indian cookery all day. Right. And so I had to quickly tidy up my kitchen before we did this because it was absolutely like a bomb has hit it. So that's what I've been doing. So when I'm not doing everything else, I run a cookery school. I work with part of Speak Training Education Centre, who are an adult education forum. And I work with communities, people in rehabilitation, people suffering with mental health, dietary problems, looking to get back into further education, but just testing it out through food. I teach food from all over the world, especially if you're, at the moment, you can't go on holiday. So I try and bring the holiday to you. And that's what I'm doing, sort of Monday to Friday. I do that as well. It's all about saving money, using spices to jazz things up a bit, because you can get basic ingredients and make them really, really tasty. It's like today we made a naan bread, but we use self-raising flour, natural yogurt and oil and a bit of water to make flatbreads. So instead of going out and spending a fortune on ingredient, on takeaways, you can actually do it at home, relatively easy and quite cheap. So that, that's just sort of the sort of things that we do. And a little bit, trying to get people to try new things as well, because I don't know about yourself, but you get a bit of stuck in a food rut.
You do, yeah. You kind of go with
What's your favorite dish?
So yeah, my signature is probably like a seafood linguine, which you can do.
Oh, you see, that's nice.
Doing it, I do cheat. I'll use a jar of pesto, but I'll throw as much veg in as possible. Pasta I'm all right with, but then I just love stuff like egg and chips as well, or just
that's my mum's favourite. I can't eat it.
Sausage and mash, I love all that. But I do need to kind of explore a little bit more and start like.
You should come maybe joining one of our Zoom classes.
Love the
and I might drop some stuff off and put you on the spot there, Jay, and you can come and join in. It's a bit crazy sometimes, but everybody, what's great about doing Zoom cookery is that, even though we're all staying home, keeping safe, is that we can still get to see our friends, communities, or maybe meet somebody new. And
so can anyone join these Baytree Cookery Zoom classes, Michelle?
Well, I'm offering them online, so you can work with, you can contact Speak Training Education Centre. All you need to be is over 19, and you can sign up through them. I'll send you the phone number, so if people want to enrol. I'm running courses up until July, or if you keep a look onto the Facebook page, I also do recipe kits. So if you're at home in lockdown, I did this all the way through sort of lockdown, the summer holidays last year. I think we sent out recipe kits for, it was about over 7,000 portions of food. So what a recipe kit contains is ingredients and a recipe for you to make the food in your own time. It's enough for 4 people. So we did things like, you know, homemade scones or basic homemade pizzas. So you don't have to join a recipe, you don't have to join a course. You can do it in your own time, because not everybody wants to do things online.
I love it. I love the sound of this, and this is really big at the minute, isn't it? These cook at home boxes as well. Just give us some simple tips. So say like me, I've got a little freezer, it's full of rubbish, can't fit anything else in. I made a big tuna pasta bake the other night, and I've got mountains of it now in the fridge. I don't know what to do with it. Where do we start? Some lockdown kind of kitchen tips, Michelle.
Well, you can see behind me, I mean, I always have, I don't know what, I mean, I'm ready for the apocalypse anyway, because, you know, I'm a prepper. So I don't know if you can see, Jay, I've got all my dried ingredients. So I have like my pasta, my lentils, my rices, my spices.
So organised.
These things, I don't know, everything, you haven't seen the rest of the house, but everything else, you know, if you can get your basics in, and you can make soup. So out of your lentils, you can make some dals. You can make some soups. They're really, you know, you can use up all your, you know, like things like your vegetables going soft and you normally throw them away. Put them into a vegetable stew or a moussaka or a tagine. What I would recommend is, if you can, get some spices. You know, get a few spices, and then you can just throw things together. But try not waste food. You know, for me, I do a lot of preserving. So if I've got fruit that's going a bit soft, I'll make it into jams, or vegetables, I'll make them into chutneys. And again, I'll make a lot of soup. So if I'm living on my own, which I do, I batch cook as well. But I don't, you know, tuna pasta is great, but you know, there's only so much. So what I tend to do is make pasta dishes with wet sauces, or batch cook a wet sauce, like a traditional tomato sauce, and then freeze it and take it out, and then I'd mix it with a tuna or mix it with some chicken or roasted vegetables. I'll show you what we've made today. This is what I've made earlier. I've always wanted to say this. So Indian food today, and we've made onion bhajis. Nobody can see them.
Nice.
And we've made some, and there I've started eating that, which doesn't look great, but I was starving. Then that's like, you know, again, that's like flatbread, but only using self-raising flour and yogurt and oil and a bit of water. And then that's just like sort of chickpea flour with onions and spices again, and half the price of what you buy in the shop. Well, a fraction of the price. So again, it's easy when you know how. But what I would say is that if you're interested in any classes, then contact Speed Training. Or if you'd like to, you're interested in recipe kits, and they're all free of charge. They are subject, because I get funding, so they come to certain areas. So if you want to find out if recipe kits are coming to your area, you can send me a message on my Facebook page, Baytree. So I'll send that to you, Jay.
Listen, Michelle O'Dwyer, Baytree Catering, check it out online. She's done incredible things right away since the beginning of the pandemic and before that as well. And we'll share those links and stuff that you need to find out what the recipe kits and the cooking courses online. Michelle, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.